low-key faded, bro.
Ay, güey.
What's this guy supposed to be, the ultimate badass?
They ain't ready. They ain't ready, Joe. They ain't ready. Here we go.
I'm gonna go out here, guys.
I was like, what is it? You ain't Mexican. What is that?
Kind of looks it a little bit though, so I dig a little deep in there, right? But yeah, he's got that. He did that.
He's in the building!
Oh, bro, I'm low-key faded, bro.
Hi, what a great day it is. What a day it is to be alive, Mike. We are here Tuesday night. The Frisco Report back at it, bro. Post Senior Bowl, full speed ahead to the NFL Scouting Combine, bro. What's up, Mike?
What's going on, you guys? Welcome back, like Joe said, to another episode of the Frisco Report, man. We are in this to win this, all right? Everybody buckle up. The offseason has officially began.
We're in it. We're in it to win it, bro. It is the offseason. We're deep in it. We got our defensive coordinator in the bag. Signings of his assistants happening quick, fast and furious. Marcus Dixon, D-line coach, upgrade over Aaron White Cotton. No improvement in White Cotton. So lots to think about, man. Mike, we were talking about this offline, right? What has been the main focus of a lot of fans right now?
Defense.
That's right. It's been defense, bro. Defense heavy.
I like that jacket, by the way.
Oh, it's Dallas Cowboys gear. You know how we do it. NFL, Nike, the whole nine, bro.
I like that. I love that.
It's all about the Cowboys, bro. You know how we do it here. But yeah, man, it's all about defense, right? But they forgot about Dre. Beat it. Remember that song, dude? They forgot about Dre. Well, instead of they forgot about Dre, they forgot about the offense. And that's mainly what we're going to talk about here. There are some possibilities here that the Cowboys could draft offense in this draft, Mike. You know what I mean? I think we're getting micro-focused on the love affair with Christian Parker, and I'm excited about it. You know, don't get me wrong. And I, focused on, this guy can be a 3-4 hybrid kind of guy. Safeties, corners, edge rushers, defensive tackles. We need all of it. All right. But the reality of it is, Mike, Cowboys could go offense anywhere in this draft. They pull the rug under us all the time. We're all thinking both picks, defense. The defense sucks and needs a major overhaul. It has to be defense, both picks. Right, Mike?
Yeah, man, look. From 2020 to 2025, the Dallas Cowboys have drafted 29 defensive players, all right? 29. 30, I'm sorry, 30. Just 29 because Marshawn Nealand committed suicide. So it's 29 players. Out of those 29 players, 9 are on the team right now, Joe. So when you look at the track record of drafted defense, I'm terrified. And I would not mind them drafting offense because I know they have a higher success rate drafted offense than they do the defense.
Yeah. No, it's a true statement. It is 100% factual what you're saying, Mike. We've broken it down here at the Frisco Report. We've broken it down as far as the draft classes since 2014. the coattails of Zach Martin, DeMarcus Lawrence. You took that further and said after Jason Garrett, it really fell off as well. Like they drafted better under Garrett. After Garrett left, there was that dip. You made that further point. So we've been talking about this for quite a while here at the Frisco Report and both of our channels respectively, Mike. So yeah, man. If you want to get this team back on track as far as like talent wise, offense has to be on the table. It should be, honestly.
Absolutely. You got a tackle problem. You got a tight end problem. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. You got a tight end problem. You potentially have a running back problem, depending on what happens later on in March next month. And if George Pickens doesn't get re-signed or whatever the case might be, you might have a wide receiver problem. So, yes, focus is on defense, but you can't lose sight of the offense.
No, it's 100% true, man. And you make a good point here. Javonte Williams, right? We get little tidbits from the Pro Bowl. The latest news, he's looking for a new agent. That's not good, bro.
That's definitely not good for the Cowboys.
Who is that agent going to be? Is it going to be Mullen-Getta again, the arch enemy? Is it going to be Zeke's agent? What was his name? They hated that dude. What was Zeke's agent?
Oh,
what was his name? God, I remember they couldn't stand that fool either, bro. But he's another high-end agent, right? Guys in the chat, let me know if you remember Ezekiel Elliott's agent. But these types of guys, they have problems negotiating, or they drag it out, and it just becomes
Rocky
Arsenault. There you go.
Yeah,
right?
There you go.
So he was another one. These are the new age dudes. Back in the day, it used to be, like the agent for T.O. He was very notorious. Another one I forgot. God, what was his name? But we have a new age of these types of agents now, and the Cowboys, they may not want to deal with you if you're a freaking headache. That one with Parsons, man, I think that left them a bad taste in their mouth. That's why the Pickens one, same agent, right?
Yeah.
Might not be good.
Doesn't Aubrey have the same agent too?
Yeah. They all want to play hardball, bro. And some of these guys might get shipped out of here, bro, or not extended. They might be on 1-year deals, right?
Yeah.
So, but back to Javonte, there's no guarantee now. I mean, everything is fine and dandy. Oh, we want to resign him. He wants to be here too. And we've had discussions. Hit the brakes. We got a new agent here, guys.
and Jerry don't like that dude because Stephen Jones already confirmed that they were already in contract talks.
Yeah.
So you pull the curveball, Stephen and Jerry, they'll say, okay, your new agent go negotiate with somebody else, because that's how they play.
They do, man. They really do, man. So yeah, what I thought would be an easy shoe-in extension might take a detour, and that might open up running back.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it, Mike. Let's talk about some offensive players. Let's talk about if Jeremiah Love is there at 12. Do you take him there?
No. He just broke his foot in Thursday's practice.
Jeremiah Love?
Oh, no. Was it? No, that was Singleton. Singleton broke his foot. Yeah. Who broke his foot Thursday?
We have a moment. We have a low-key faded moment. Let's play it.
Oh, bro. I'm low-key faded.
Who broke his foot at the
bro.
Senior Bowl on Thursday?
I love it, Mike. I don't know, man. I definitely wasn't Jeremiah because he wasn't there. I actually hadn't heard of it, dude. But no. So, in all seriousness, if Jeremiah Love is there, these teams pass on him, and he's there at 12. Do you take Jeremiah Love there? Let's say let's say things get contentious with Javonte Williams, and they say, "Hey, we're going to let you go. We're going to look elsewhere." If he's there at 12, is that your CeeDee Lamb moment? Is that your CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons moment where the talent is just too good to pass up?
Yeah, it could be your CD Lamb moment. Yeah, Singleton broke his foot. My bad.
I want me some glory hole.
I knew it was one of the two, Singleton or Jeremiah.
Well, if Singleton broke his foot, that's going to throw him down. You might be able to get a steal on this dude in the 5th or 6th round. You know what I mean? He may not be ready, so
yeah,
that might be a draft and stash kind of guy. You know what I mean? So, but Jeremiah Love, I think too big of a talent to miss. If he's there, who would you have rated higher? You know, would you have one of these defenders higher than Jeremiah Love? To me, that would be the CeeDee Lamb moment, and I think they would take him there.
Could be. I mean, that definitely helps your. It helps. It's immediate impact. You know, it's just, and I don't think does he have at Notre Dame? Does he have the miles that Zeke had at Ohio State? Like, what's his tread like?
No, good tread on the tires. You know what I mean? Big home run hits. Wasn't heavy load. He shared the load with a great backfield. As a matter of fact, sticking with offense, this is a guy that a lot of people are sleeping on. Jadarian Price, the other running back, the other half of that tandem and Notre Dame's running back room, Jadarian Price. He is this year's Felix Jones. All right. Now, what I mean by that is when McFadden and Felix Jones came out, they were a two-headed monster. Right, Mike? McFadden went early. Felix Jones went later. That's what you have this year. You're going to have Jeremiah Love go early, and you'll have Jadarian Price go later. Those that are in the know in the draft community know that Jadarian Price is a legit home run hitter. Over 6 point yards per carry, 11 touchdowns just this past season. He can sniff the end zone. He's a bloodhound. He knows where that end zone's at, and he gets there, baby.
And you know, and with Price too, you know, he's a kick returner as well. If you want to look to, you know, upgrade from Kavontae Turpin, Price can give you that burst there.
There you go. That gives you that special teams option, something that they couldn't get from Jadon Blue. Oh, Bluey. Remember old Bluey?
Oh yeah.
He gave us a little tease there in that last game against backups.
A little razzle dazzle.
A little bit of that, right? So, but yeah, bro, I would myself if he were there, and we don't have a bona fide starting running back, and I don't want to go into the season with like, okay, we're not going to sign Javonte, but we still have Maffa, we still have Blue, we're okay, dude. Wake up, all right? That is not going to work, all right? They're good for rotation, but this Cowboys team has always had a workhorse, a franchise running back. It's what the Cowboys are, bro.
Identity,
dude. Identity. Whether it's Emmett, whether it's DeMarco Murray, whether it's Zeke, they have a franchise guy there, bro. You know, and I would do it, dude. I would say Jeremiah Love, number 12. Come on down, bro.
Yeah.
Guys in the chat, let's see. What would you guys do? All right, let's say we're in trouble here at running back. Javonte Williams, they don't work something out. Maybe he wants more money. I think that's what changing agents usually means. You want to get the most out of it, right? He probably sees this as his final contract, like one more deal, and that could be it. And running backs have a short shelf life for the most part, Mike. So maybe he sees this as like, hey, I got to cash in now. All right. So I think I'm gonna put running back. The top guys in the chat box, let me know. Would you take running back at 12? Jeremiah Love specifically. Yes or no? Let me know what you guys think.
Drop it in there, Joe. In the chat.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Remember that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, Snoop Dogg and what's his name? That was a good song back in the day. More offensive players. Wide receiver, Mike. Let's talk about wide receiver possibly being in the, somewhere in this draft. Would it be at 12? Would it be at 20? What if we have an issue with Pickens? What if we say, hey, we're gonna franchise tag you, bro? Mullen and Pickens say, nah, we know how to get out of this. We're not gonna sign it. We're not gonna show up. We're not playing. Could that be the case? And if that's the case, Mike, it's Michael Parsons 2.0, probably just try to ship this guy out and you're open for wide receiver now. Would you take Makai Lemon out of USC, Mike? Is that too high for him? Do you like him there in the first round? Who would you like there at a wide receiver if they were there? Another one. Tate out of Ohio State, if he were to happen to be there.
I was just about to tell you about Carnell Tate, Ohio State. I just got done watching him. It would be a number 2 upgrade. I don't think you have to force Tate to be your number 1. I like his route running, and he could punish defenses for double teaming them too. So it's kind of like the George Pickens CeeDee Lamb connection. You get Tate in here, I think that can really take pressure off him, and I think he has the ability to beat number 2. I mean, what is he? Yeah, I got him. You could take him at 20. I think he might be able to fall down there to 20. You can get him at 20. You don't have to get him at 12.
And there's gonna be some people falling in love. I think there'll be an early run on wide receivers. But somebody will fall there. I mean, we saw our boy Ibuka fall, right?
Yep. Buccaneers got him.
Buccaneers got him. He's the future there. Mike Evans, I think he's set to hit free agency at 33, 34 years old. Still has some gas in the tank as a rotational wide receiver at this point of his career. But Cowboys, bro, wide receiver, I think it would be in play. I think with one of those 2 picks, if they're having issues with Pickens, it becomes contentious. You have to protect yourself. You know what I mean? Oh, but we have Mingo. We have him for 1 more year in the contract, Mike. What about Mingo?
What about him? What about him?
He sucks.
No. I think Carnell Tate out of Ohio State. Ohio State wide receivers are really good coming out of the draft too. So I think you can't go wrong drafting a guy like that.
No, and this team, I feel like as good as Lamb is, you gotta have the complimentary wide receiver. You just have to have it. When we didn't have it, dude, when it was just a wide receiver by committee at that number 2 and 3 position, it wasn't good, bro. Mingo, Tolbert, Cropper, you name it, but Turpin, these dudes, I mean, they can try to sell it to the dumb fans, but us, bro, and everybody here that watches our channel, they know what's up, bro. You have to have a good number 2 here in Dallas. It's just the way it is here. You know what I mean? If they don't have it here, 7-10 all over again, bro.
Yeah. No,
it's just true. The reality of it, man. So wide receiver would be in play, bro, like we're talking about.
Yeah, especially with that scenario with George Pickens, holding out and doing stuff like that with his agent.
Yeah. No, that I guarantee you they already have a plan. To me, basically, Parsons gave his agent a blueprint how to force a contract via a trade, but he's going to get his client the money, right? That's what everybody has to remember here. He's not here for the Cowboys. That agent is to get money for his agent, for his player, right?
Right.
So Nolan Ghetto will be like, "Hey, dude, you guys don't want to pay us, franchise and trade us, you know? Well, somebody will pay us." And I wouldn't mind, bro. Honestly, that would give us another first rounder. You know, I would say maybe a first and a third for him. Maybe at minimum, you're getting a first. We know that, right?
Yep.
But
and you'll get your third back. You'll get your first and your third. It might be a next year third. I don't know if it'll be a this year third, but it'll definitely be a this year first.
Yeah,
and a next year third. I can see that being in play.
Yeah, that's negotiable. The franchise tag, you trade a player. You know, it used to be where it was, oh, you get 2 1s. A lot of these teams they'll negotiate that. You know what I mean? So if they play hardball, so be it. But that's just what we're having the conversation is. Wide receiver would be in play. Could be as early as the first round. You know, maybe you look at somebody a little bit later. You know what I mean? Let's talk about the other elephant in the room, Mike. And this is the elephant in the room. The tackle position. You mentioned it earlier, Mike. The tackle position, another area here that the Cowboys fans need to get prepared for. And offense is their bread and butter. And it would kind of save Will McClay from I would say this would be like his 4th in a row bad draft. I don't think he can afford another back-to-back bad draft. You know what I mean? Like he might go to his bread and butter with one, at least one of those picks, Mike, might be offense no matter what the hell the fans want, right?
Right. That is true.
We're kind of tunnel vision right now with Christian Parker, the defense, 3-4, possibly, and offense might end up being the pick, bro. I remember when we got Travis Frederick, Mike. That draft class, 2013, right?
Pick 29, wasn't it?
I think it was like 30, maybe. It was at the very end, right? Yeah. With San Francisco, I think it was, right? But at the time, we needed an edge rusher. We were talking defense, and they came out of here with what? A center?
A third round center.
An offensive lineman? Yeah, that was the other thing, right? So we're just saying be ready for it. You know what I mean? But let's talk about some offensive tackles here, Mike. Do you have any here in the first round that kind of stand out for you that the fans should keep in mind, should keep an open mind about?
Only one, Joe. There's only one tackle I want at 12. No ifs, ands, buts about it. If he happens to fall, it's the Miami right tackle. All right. I can't pronounce his last name. Don't even try it. But 6'6", 315-pound right tackle. You want to talk about anchoring that right side immediately. That's what you're going to get out of Francis, the right tackle out of Miami.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Francis Maioga. He's a big boy. I mean, he has a mean streak to him. I like him. Some people like him at guard. But, I mean, he can play tackle for me. He's an upgrade, bro. He's an upgrade over Terrence Steele.
100%.
Gives you that edge that you need. I'm talking about that mindset, bro. Like, let's get back to the Kevin Gogans of the world. You know, the Eric Williams of the Cowboys. Like, give me a throwback mauler. Just, I want to kick your ass every snap of the drive type of guy. A guy that I like. The guy that I like, man, who I think is, and I was talking to Danny about this, is the tackle from Iowa. I think he made himself some money at the Senior Bowl.
Shout out Danny Savage, the draft guru. He's in the comments, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to Danny Savage, man. It's just you watch this guy. He had great practices. He played well, and he's had a good campaign there at Iowa. Iowa They are an offensive lineman factory, kind of like Notre Dame, right? Like these guys just continue to put pros in the league over and over and over again. So, yeah, Jennings Dunker out of Iowa, bro. Like I like him, bro. I think he's gonna give himself a bump, a little bit of a Zach Martin type of bump, where I could see him in some of these other mocks to start to catch up. He's gonna move into the first round if he hasn't already. And that happened to Zach. You know what I mean? Zach had a phenomenal Senior Bowl, and he moved from the second round talk into the first round. And the Cowboys took him early. I think the Cowboys took him at what, like 14 or something in 2014?
Yeah.
So Dunker out of Iowa, I think he might be in that range. I think he's going to surprise some people. Like I would take him over Proctor out of Alabama. I do not want the Alabama tackle. Stay away from him. He's not another Booker. Don't let some of these guys try to say that this guy next to Booker would seal it up. He's not, dude. He's more of a Evan Neal type of dude, and Evan Neal's been a bust, right? So that's an offensive tackle that I like, and I like the one that you mentioned too, out of Miami, Mike.
Yes. Well, what's your thoughts on Spencer Fano out of Utah?
I like Spencer Fano myself. I do. I think he's got the measurables. I think he's got the athleticism that the Cowboys are looking for. And he can execute the run style that the Cowboys run. You know what I mean? You need a little bit more of an athletic type of tackle. He's another one that some guys like him at guard. You know what I mean?
He's versatile.
Versatile. So Cowboys like that versatility as well, man. So that's a bonus for him. But yeah, I like him. I have a first round grade on him.
There you have it. I like Fano too, and the fact that he's his pass protection's elite. He's quick. He got quick feet, and he's versatile. So I like Fano too. So
we got a super chat in the house here from your boy Mike. Good to see you in the chat box, bro. Excuse me. Do you think we should trade down our second first round pick that we got for the Micah trade? I can definitely see that being a real possibility. Well, Mike, you want to take this one? You want to go for this one first?
Do you think we should trade down? Yes. I think, and the only scenario that I would want is if oh gosh dang it, what the heck's his name? Sonny Styles. If Sonny Styles is there, Caleb Downs is there at 12, and you draft him, I think you won the first round. I don't think, and I think if you were to hit on Caleb Downs or Sonny Styles at 12, your chances of success at 20, because you're riding that high of getting one of those two guys, will be so high that I think the Cowboys can lose focus. So I would rather, if you get Caleb Downs or you get Sonny Styles somehow at 12, you trade that damn 20th pick. You don't swap a first, because you need all those draft points to go get you maybe a late second and a late third, get you into day 2 somehow, right? I'm okay with that as long as we wind up with one of those two guys at number 12.
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's going to be one that's going to be talked about all the way until the day of the draft. During the draft, it's going to go down live. As far as like, do we get a call? And I got to say that, excuse me, that I think the pick to watch would be 12 on a trade down. I think that is the most attractive pick for somebody that wants to move up and get. Because I myself have 12 first round grades. I don't think this is the best class. It's kind of borderline like last year. You know what I mean? It's more depth players, I feel like. So I have 12. Some people have 14, whatever, 16. So 12, if somebody wants a blue chipper type of dude, I think you still get that blue chipper at 12. So you could look at somebody on the bottom half of the draft, maybe Denver, they're like, hey man, we were this close, bro. What are we missing? What do we need to give Bo Nix to get us over the hump? A team like that, a team that's kind of like, we're close, bro, to get pushing over, to getting into the conference championship, the Super Bowl. Look for one of these teams on the bottom quarter, right, to want to jump all the way up, and you'll get the third, maybe even a second out of it, depending on how far back you move, bro. But you would still have that 20 pick. You know what I mean? So I think they're going to get calls, bro, because they got 2 first-round picks. That gives them a lot of maneuverability, a lot of options, bro. Everything's on the board, and other teams know this. Then, hey, Dallas has 2 first-round picks. Call them. They'll probably work with us. So I think it's going to be a good day for us, bro. Normally, these guys stick and pick, Mike. But just for the fact that we have 2, I think we're going to get calls, man. And hopefully we get one that is sweet enough for us to make the move and acquire another pick, bro, for day 2.
Yeah. No, I think that'd be smart, right? Because you have a higher chance of getting a 2 and a 3, especially if you don't swap first. That's the key. The Cowboys can't swap the first with whoever they trade for at 12 because you have to acquire the second and the third round pick in order to get to that. But I'm, number 12. You'll have options there to pick somebody. Like Joe said, and then you want, Nussmeier. You want some of these quarterbacks to start getting these recognitions, and that's going to move some of these players down more. So we need more quarterbacks to get elevated for pro day, and stuff like that. So if that keeps happening, Cowboys can stay and have them a solid name, or trade back. That's going to make somebody else aggressive for number 12, and you just got yourself for day 2 of the draft.
I love it, bro, and I'll never forget when you and I were covering the draft, and you guys that were with us on the draft party. We were talking about it. Who's trading up? Who wants Dart? Was it going to be the Rams? Was it going to be the Giants? We knew the Rams were in play. They wanted Dart, and we found that out later, right? That it was the Giants. So this year, like Mike, you're saying, if these quarterbacks move up and become, let's say they have a phenomenal scouting combine, maybe their pro day, they knock it out. You could be looking at some teams want to move up to get Ty Simpson, or maybe like I talked about on my Saturday night show, Garrett Nussmeier. I think he earned himself some money. He moved up some boards. So these guys can continue to skyrocket. And somebody might call you. Somebody in the second round may want to go jump back into the first, like they did for Jackson Dart. But this time, maybe at 20, maybe it's somebody wanting Ty Simpson or somebody of that nature, Mike.
100%. You got the Jets too. We're talking about Nussmeier. More out of Oregon. These quarterbacks, the Jets could be desperate and want to trade with the Cowboys there at 12. The Rams, if Caleb Downs or somebody said how aggressive do they want to be going to the 12th spot? Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're looking for an edge rusher. Could they be aggressive going there? My Minnesota Vikings, desperate for a cornerback. Are they going to be desperate, Joe? There's countless scenarios of these teams. I mean, Dallas is in a sweet spot, really at both spots, 12 and 20.
Yeah.
And some of those teams I just mentioned could be desperate enough to slide up and pay a hefty ransom.
I love it, bro. Thank you for the super chat. Your boy Mike in the chat box with the hell of a question to get it going. And I mean, it's definitely a possibility, bro. I mean, it has to be. You to go from, yes, we have 2 first round picks, but we've done some of these mock drafts, and we're gonna do some, as we continue to the draft season. But you go from the 1st to the 4th round. Gosh, Mike, that's a lot of players bleeding away, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you only got 2 picks for your top 100 players, right? And that's that's not bleeding, that's death. And
yeah,
and if you don't do any, like, if they have a very good free agency, okay, I mean, I'm talking they really answer the linebacker question, they really answer the end question, they really answer safety, like, okay, I'm okay with picking at 12 and 20 because you really because you don't really draft good in the 2nd round anyway, so really you're losing your 3rd round pick, right?
yeah.
So I as if they have a good free agency, I'm okay with 12 and 20 and not moving up, and whatever the case might be. But if we have a stale free agency, Joe, I'm looking to be aggressive, Joe. Like, seriously, I really am. Like, and like, let's say we don't sign Pickens, we tag and trade him. And we have a stale free agency, I'm okay with trading Pickens to get me more draft picks, right? Like, that the free next month will tell us how the draft's going to play out, and I can't wait to talk about it right here on the Frisco Report.
It really is, because we all know, and you guys have been rocking with this for years now, that the scouting combine is a treasure trove for rumors. Rumors that have, there's always, where there's smoke, there's fire. And some of these things come to fruition. So we will hear the rumors about what are the intentions with Pickens. Oh, we always hear about it. Oh, so-and-so's agent is meeting with them on the bus in Indy, right? That always happens. Will that happen this year? And if it does, did it go good? Did it go bad? Or are we talking now? This is probably heading towards tag and trade. So yeah, Mike, I mean, we're gonna know. I think it's gonna really put the draft more into focus right at the end of February. The scouting combine, bro. I can't wait for it, bro.
Yeah, it's the traditional Jerry bus with the Dr. Pepper and the cup holder.
Yeah, that's what it is, bro. Whining and dining, talking about future contracts. Usually, sometimes we get we also get some of the restructures, because you're knocking on the door to free agency by the end of February, early March, right? So a lot of news comes out of the combine. Who the Cowboys have met with, restructures that are coming up, holdouts, all of it, bro. It's gonna be a fun time, man. So hopefully the Cowboys are on the good side of it, bro.
Yeah, Christian Parker, putting his staff together, and a lot of the Cowboys coaching was there at the Senior Bowl coaching, and they all got fired, Joe. So now, they got to fulfill this staff and then hit the scouting combine and really hit the ground running and basically play catch up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they'll do that, but these guys have been in the league for a while and very professional, so they know what they like. They know what they're going to want for this defense, and it's going to be better than what we've had. Because under Eberflus, it was a complete disaster. So the defense can only go up from here. That's what you got to believe, and that's what I think will happen. Your boy Mike. Hot take. Do you think Osa is a wasted roster spot, Mike?
As a Osa fan last year, exactly a year ago today, Osa fan, if he don't improve, like I don't want any hiccups in OTAs, mini camp, training camp, preseason. If he don't check all the boxes in those 4 steps, trade him, kick him to the curb, recoup some of that salary cap back.
Yeah. No, I didn't want him extended. He hit his ceiling early, bro, and he didn't do anything this year. You know, he was the same player. He reminds me of well, not even, bro. At least Crawford would get some sacks, bro. This dude, he's like to me, he's a crappier version of Tyrone Crawford, bro, and that's not good. So he is what he is. To me, is he a wasted roster spot? It's hard to say that because he's upgradable. I'll say that, bro, and that's why I see there's this draft has some good options at defensive tackle, but we don't have enough draft picks. I mean, you might be able to steal one in the 5th. You know, there might be somebody still sitting there that you could probably get who would probably be better than what you're getting out of Osa.
Yeah, I mean, if you trade Osa, you can't get anything more than a 5th.
Nah, you won't get anything but a freaking
ham sandwich.
A ham sandwich. I like this comment here from Danny Savage. Appreciate that, your boy Mike. Appreciate that super chat. Dad's going to draft Garrett Nussmeier and Utah linebacker Landon Barton. I actually do like Landon Barton. If you guys get a chance, check him out, dude. This guy's he's like a dual player, bro. A very fascinating linebacker. Now, if Schottenheimer was creative enough, maybe he could use him. If you guys haven't seen Landon Barton, he can catch the ball out of the tight end position or as a wideout. Very, very talented, has good hands, and pretty sure tackler out of Utah. I don't know what you think about him, Danny, but I like what I've seen out of Barton. So Nussmeier maybe later, right? But how far up does he shoot up the boards? But yeah, those are two guys to keep an eye on for sure, bro. Send Osa 2 to 3 years. Doc standing free. Yeah, bro. Oh man, I hope they bring back Clark, because I think if you have Clark and Quentin Williams, you're fine at defensive tackle, and then Osa can give you some breather, and he can also be part of a 5-man front. So you know what I mean. He'll have a purpose, but you just wish you could get more out of him, bro. Like, he's built like an Aaron Donald. Like, the physique is there, and he looks the part, but it just ain't there, bro. He doesn't make enough plays or ferocious enough. Too finesse, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. You know?
Yeah, Kenny Clark, Seattle defense. Watch the Seattle defense in the Super Bowl. Watch how they run their 5-man fronts. They're unstoppable. And and when the Cowboys did it, also got a sack or two. Quentin Williams got a sack. Kenny Clark was really disruptive in the run game when they were running it. Ezra Raku was generating pressure, but Eberflus couldn't communicate and make that function well. But Christian Parker coming in here, all right. They just hired the Minnesota defensive line coach, all right. 90 sacks in the last 3 years. Most in the NFL, by the way, from Minnesota. Coming in here. Rejuvenation, all right? That's what this needs. Aaron White Cotton, caca-boo-boo, all right? No good. Now we got this guy coming in, a former Cowboy, by the way, 2005. But I can't wait for this 5-man front to really take off, all right? Not saying they're going to be Seattle defense, but if the vision's there and they can make it happen, oh, it's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, this is what I like about Christian Parker and the guys that he's hiring, and some of the other guys that he's still interviewing. I feel that if Parker were to leave in a year or two, I think you have somebody on that staff that would be part of that Parker tree who could move into your DC position and you would be okay. But I need the staff to stick together for at least 2 seasons to give me that assurance. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that's what they get out of Parker, and maybe that's the timeline you're on. You know, you got old boy here on a 4-year deal, old Shotty. Let's see what happens, bro.
There's no more excuses for Schottenheimer now. He wanted to keep his special teams coordinator, which I think was a mistake.
It is.
He got in his defensive coordinator, which I he's young, Joe. I can call this guy a kid because I'm older than him. All right, the tides are turning. I like it. I'm excited to see just because he's young, Joe. It's young coaches. Sean McVay, all right, young coach, and I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying, young coaches. You look at them. Sean McVay has 4 offensive coordinators who are now head coaches in the league. All right. Mm-hmm. You look at Nick Sirianni. He's produced some head coaches, and he's young. All right. So it's okay for these young kids to come in here because they're learning, right? I mean, Matt LaFleur, Sean McVay, they were all under Ron Rivera and that coaching staff with Kyle Shanahan, all learning. It's incredible. It's okay to get young because trends in the NFL has shown that it's working.
Yeah, that's where the trend is. Young. They're getting younger at the coaching position. One key spot that is young, the quarterback position in the Super Bowl. 27 years old is the average for our first time appearance in the Super Bowl. After that, that window starts to close. All right. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Geno Smith, Dak, they're right here, bro. They're over that average already now. I mean, it goes that fast. You know what I mean? So that window, it's a real window. You know what I mean? And you might compete. Yeah, you might still compete like Matt Stafford. And Matt Stafford is the outlier. But for him to get back, they couldn't do it, you know. Couldn't get him over the hump. That Seattle team's a badass team, bro. I'm going for them in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
That's my official prediction, bro. I want Seattle to win. I want them to beat the Patriots, and I want them to beat them real bad, bro. I'm talking like 40-something to 17 or something.
Dude, I sent Joe my bracket before the playoffs started. I don't know, Joe, if you remember, but I had New England and I had Seattle going to the bowl.
Yeah. My bracket died when Bo Nix went down. Because that's who I had that Denver in there. And I think I had Denver and the Rams. So my bracket, it died, bro. Didn't quite make it, man.
Yeah. The only games, well, it was the ripple effect, but I had the Jaguars beating the Bills. And obviously the Bills won. But that was the only game I had wrong for Wild Card Weekend. But my Super Bowl prediction was 100% correct.
Yeah, bro. Use Will McClay as Uber Eats for Dallas Cowboys. It'd be funny. Will McBust, they trust, bro. Who is he gonna want to put in there for this team to draft, bro? That's the almighty question. You know, is it gonna be more of the same? Are they gonna go for the injured players again? Is it gonna be Jermod McCoy? You know, knee surgery, Dan Cooper special. Are they gonna go through that again, bro? Are they gonna look for the guy who is a gangbanger on the side, the rapper gangbanger dudes, or, you know, these boss man fat type of characters, or are they gonna really button this thing up, man? Where this is like we want the best of the best, bro. We don't want to roll the dice.
Well, with them not having, because they got Siobhan Rebel in the third round, and they got Bossman Fett in the second. They don't have a second or third round to take that gamble. They don't have it this year. But what still terrifies me is them doing something stupid on day one. I mean, I don't trust these dudes for nothing, Joe.
I really don't either, bro. I will take our drafting over McClay, especially defensively, any day of the year, bro. I just don't give me the injured player, bro. Please don't do that crap to us again, man. We literally don't have time for that, bro.
No, we don't. We can't afford to.
We've been waiting 30 years, bro.
And dude, and if they don't have an aggressive free agency, none of this matters. It don't matter who they draft. There's nobody that can come in here at 12-20 that can really turn this thing around. If you keep the same bullshit on defense, you're going to get the same results. Christian Parker, hell, you could bring freaking Tom Landry's freaking doomsday defense back here, and it'd still look like ass because they didn't do anything, Joe. They have to do something in this free agency to make this draft count. It goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand. We can't do these one-year signings, man. They got lucky one time with Javonte Williams.
Yeah. That was the only one that really hit, man.
And since 2012 that they've been doing this bullshit. Sorry for cussing.
Yeah, they hit on that. They hit on the late edition of Clowney, but would lightning strike twice for Clowney, or would you sign him again and have a Dante Fowler?
No more Dante Fowler.
That's what Fowler did, right? He showed up 1 year. Then the next time he came back to Dallas, nothing. Last year he didn't do crap for us.
Terrible.
And then, I mean, we're talking about offense, right? And it is a possibility. But this defense, in reality, has a lot of work to do, man. Like you said, Mike, we got to add some legit people. No former first-round bust. Don't give me that crap either. I don't want to see Joey Bosa, Akuda. I don't want to see none of these bust players in here on a one-year deal, man. They're not going to do it. No more Kyer Elam type of dudes,
Yeah. Joe, I don't like this comment here by Kurtz. We need to be aggressive in free agency. We have the we have the offense to win the Super Bowl, but we need the defense to be at least average. You don't have the offense right now. You had your tight end fumbling nonstop, only 500 yards. Florida was starting to come alive, but you can't put your eggs in a basket there. Javonte Williams was real slow in the last 3-4 weeks of the season, and I'm not including Week 18 because they IR'd him, right? You got no tackles on left or right. You don't have a Super Bowl winning quarterback. That's why when we played real teams, our offense got shut out. We didn't. Our Week 1 against the Eagles, the Bears, the Broncos. We don't have a Super Bowl caliber offense. We do against below 500 teams.
Yeah.
But we don't. We got to take this thing to a whole. We can't be complacent here. Just because we got 2 wide receivers and a mediocre quarterback doesn't mean that we're Super Bowl ready on offense. We're far away from the Super Bowl, and our last 2 records have shown that.
But what about all the Pro Bowlers that we have, Mike? We got Turpin, Ferguson, Aubrey, Dak, all these guys. Doesn't that mean something?
And Kurt, I'm not taking a shot at you, brother. I'm just saying I disagree with it. And because it's that mindset that we haven't won anything in 30 years, dude. Because our offense hasn't been Super Bowl caliber. Because we would have had a better 7-9 record, right? And then I would want a better defense over. I want an average offense, and I want a better defense Go look at Seattle. There was a game where Sam Darnold threw four interception against the Rams in the middle of the season, and I think they still won that game. So you got to get this defense right. Defense will always and forever win championships.
And that was a big part of the Cowboys' success in the 90s. That defense was ferocious. They forced fumbles. They converted those into touchdowns on the short field. I mean, they were all over the quarterback, bro. They had a good front, sound defensive tackles. Your linebackers were good. Your secondary played good. Yeah, man. Defense, it's still the adage, right? Defense wins championships. Mike, you and I were talking about this, at the end of the season, as far as like, if we would have snuck in as a wild card, we would have got smashed, bro.
Oh,
we wouldn't have beat any of these guys. We wouldn't have beat any of them, bro.
Oh, remember when the Rams had almost 300 yards on us in 2019? They would have had fucking 600 yards on us in 2025.
Yeah, no, and I mean, I know they have like the number one ranked offense and this kind of crap, but it's about the killer instinct, bro. Like we don't have that on offense. We don't have the put your foot on their neck and just keep adding points. It's let's kick a freaking 60-yard field goal. Let's get excited about that. Let's get excited about a 64-yard field goal out of Aubrey.
Right.
That's
not Super Bowl offense, bro. When you're
not.
Okay to settle for field goal. Like, I get it. The defense was trash, and I do. But when you needed your offense to score in the red zone, when you needed your offense to put a long possession drive together to help your 32nd ranked defense, the offense said, "No, we're good. We'll go 40 yards and kick a field goal."
Mm-hmm. No, it's true, man. It's true. And that's why I don't give Schottenheimer a pass on this season. He has a lot to shoulder on the 7-10 season, man, because they didn't do. There was times where the offense took their foot off the pedal and left. Even some of the games that we won should have been more of a blowout, but some of them, they were closer than what they should have been. Right. So, yeah, no, I'm with you, bro. Offensive tackles, Guyton, Terrence, everything else I like. Maybe BB could be upgraded, but the tackles are the main concern there. Your tight ends, bro, like, you got to upgrade there, man.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. See, like, it's so hard to replace these guys. Like, we're still trying to replace Travis Frederick. We never replaced him.
Never
right?
did. We're still looking, bro. Yep.
We haven't replaced Tyron Smith. We finally replaced Ron O'Leary with Tyler Smith. Zach Martin, Tyler Booker, maybe. You got to give him another year there. The Alabama guard.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't replaced Doug Free. We still haven't replaced Doug Free, dude.
The right tackle.
Yeah.
It's funny that I would take Doug Free over Terrence Steele, bro.
Any day of the week.
Yeah. We kind of get spoiled with some of these guys, right? Especially after they're gone. It's kind of like, fuck, dude. He was good. He was good. You know what I mean? And Witten too. I mean, Ferguson looked the part his rookie year or second year, but fell off, bro. Oh, Brennan Spanford, the opportunity. He's been given the opportunity. He's not doing anything.
No,
you know what the Brennan Spanford thing is, bro? That's the new Rico Gathers, bro. Yeah. They're trying to develop, and he already hit his ceiling. He is what he is, man. I mean,
well,
wait till this year, Brevin Spanford. No, just give me a legit dude. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying this year, but what if this team would have drafted Tyler Warren, bro? Can you imagine where we'd be at?
Well, I was against drafting Tyler Warren. It's so hard, but I just don't understand how we can go get offensive weapons and expect Dak to play high at a high level with all these weapons if we can't protect them?
Yeah, if we can't protect them, bro. Yeah, that's the thing about it. That's why this whole conversation is it kind of circles back, bro. It's that offensive line could still be in play with one of those picks. You know what I mean? Because for sure that right tackle, bro. I don't think they're gonna quit on Guyton yet. Although I think you and I know you and I know Guyton isn't good.
No, he ain't good at all.
But
I don't even want to try him at right tackle. I really don't.
I don't have confidence in him, dude. I just don't think he has I don't think he has it, man. Not in the NFL, bro. And but Terrence Steele's got to go, bro.
9 months of membership. Jake Ferguson is overrated. Even Schultz is better. Yeah, Dalton Schultz. I miss Schultz. Big 86. Thank you, Mike, for 9 months of membership, brother.
Yeah, bro. Good stuff there, bro. Yeah, Dalton Schultz has been a security blanket there for CJ Stroud. You know, the veteran. You know, he learned out of Witten, bro. He was the last one to really learn what it means to be a tight end. Ferguson, you know, he wasn't able to pick Witten's brain, but
yeah, he learned under Schultz. Video game Schultz.
Yeah. Mike, we hit the 1 hour mark. Great conversation. We gave you just a few guys here to keep an eye on. Keep an open mind as far as like be prepared. You know, an offensive pick could be the pick there. You know what I mean? I think everything's on the table, Mike. You know, as much as we do need defense, it's still kind of best player available type of scenario as well. When it comes to O-line, your bread and butter. But has it been the bread and butter? I feel like it's been kind of, even that has kind of taken it.
Yeah, they gotta do something here, and I'm okay with trying Nate Thomas for a year. You know, if you cut Terrence Steele, I'm okay with trying Nate Thomas. See what you got. I'm willing to risk that I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit to see what you got at Nate Thomas there at the right side. Because I mean that's where they had him originally before Tyler Guyton tapped out, right?
Yeah,
and so give me Nathan Thomas at the right side, right? And then for the left side, I had high hopes for Connor Riley there, and he let me down for the offensive line. He really did. I didn't see any improvement from Guyton whatsoever, and that could maybe he just ain't an NFL tackle. You know, maybe that's not. But I didn't see anything from Cooper Beebe to elevate his game. You know, Tyler Smith is still Tyler Smith. Tyler Booker, maybe that's just raw talent, but of course he was hurt and we didn't get to see him for a full 17 game season. So, and Terrence Steele is still Terrence Steele. So I don't know that I trust Connor Riley to even coach these guys, man. I mean, and that's unfortunate. We haven't had a good offensive line coach since Mark Colombo, dude.
Yeah, Mark Colombo was a hell of an O-line coach, Mike. But I think that's all we have tonight, guys. It's been a great show, Mike. We appreciate you. We have a super chat here. We'll hit this one here. Jelly44, thank you, bro. I feel like a defense heavy draft this year. And it very well could be. It very well could be, bro.
I don't want that one draft. God, what year was that? We had fucking, excuse me, sorry for cussing, Israel McQuamu, Osa, Nashawn Wright, which now he's with the Bears freaking balling, but with us, he was nothing. I mean, we went so heavy on defense that year, dude. And I think Osa's the only guy on the team. We got, if we have a defensive heavy draft, you better hope you hit on damn near every player.
I think this is going to be a pivotal draft for McClay, because you got a really good coach here, bro. If they mess this up, bro,
guys, You guys have to call into 105.3 The Fan if they mess this draft up every time and throw Will McClay under the bus every chance you get. They listen to 105.3 The Fan. They listen to it. Every fan should be pissed if they mess this draft up every day. Every day, call in and throw Will McClay under the bus every day.
I agree, man. I think that magic has been gone for several drafts now. You're heading into the territory of the battle days where you're just missing on draft class after draft class, and I remember those days, man. Pre-Parcells,
Yeah.
Not good. But Mike,
Gently
do
take
appreciate
it.
you, bro. Great
Appreciate you.
conversation tonight, man. Loved it.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for everybody that showed up tonight, man. We appreciate you guys. Continue to like, subscribe, and share. Mike, let everybody know where they can find you if they haven't already, bro.
Yeah, Cowboys Corner right here on YouTube. _ Cowboys Corner on Twitter. And guys, like I said at the beginning of the show, it's officially official. We are draft season mode.
Ooh.
I love it, bro. I love it.
Draft season mode is the best time of the year. It's like Christmas time, bro. Let's just hope these presents are great and it's not a sock full of coal.
And a stocking.
Yeah. All right, guys. That's all we have tonight, man. Appreciate you guys. Share, like, subscribe. We'll see you for the next one, guys. Peace out.
Peace.